Hello, back at it again. It is February 3rd, 6:17 in the morning. I'm off Three Creeks Boulevard in those neighborhoods back there in Belton, driving back to the house. Financially, it's been kind of a rough morning. It's been a DoorDash morning, but there was a bit of a wait in the beginning. That was the first part. And the second part is there's nothing but 4 for 4s, 5 for 5 orders, and this last one was 9 for 11. So I made like $32 since 4 in the morning. So that's rough. That's real rough, man. Good for acceptance rate. I took 6 orders. It's just not enough money, time suck. I'm the one, I gotta take ownership of that because I'm the one that took the orders. I'm probably telling the algorithm that I was the guy that could take those type of orders, so I'll go from there. But maybe I'll buff that acceptance rating a little bit. I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, I got $30 before the day gets started, so it'll help me during the day. But yeah, that's DoorDash this morning. Just worked this backwards. Started working yesterday. Jocelyn was real tired last night. She wanted to go to bed early. I went to bed with her, so that was nice to get to bed before 9 o'clock or something like that. That was nice. Got some sleep. That's why getting up at 3:30 this morning wasn't so bad. Got out the door at like 4:10, something like that. She ended up getting some rest. She didn't have to go to practice yesterday. She got to play with her friends. Got to play with them outside. Got to play with them inside. That was nice until 7 o'clock at night, which is good for her, so she gets to play with her friends. Because, it's kind of rough, man. She wants to be a kid and play with her friends. But she even said it out loud, I probably won't be able to play with you tomorrow. I'll be able to see you Friday. Because she knows she has practice, she has mathnasium. She's just a very busy young lady. She's the one that even said it out loud. She goes, only days I really have on to play with my friends is Mondays and Fridays. She wasn't sad about it. She just kind of accepts it. And then she has a tournament on Sunday, all-day tournament on Sunday. So that's kind of where she's at. Like I said, I'm back. Go ahead back to the house now. Gotta make sure we get Jocelyn to school, get Crystal, my wife, to work. I picked up 2 Poplin orders yesterday, 2 of my regular customers. Poplin's been slow. I'm not saying that's a plus or a minus. They are my 2 regular customers. I got the one that lives around the corner. Wait, was it around the corner I picked up from? Hold on. No. It was not the one from around the corner. It's my customer in Gerald and a customer that lives in Salado. Neither one of them are customers I really make money off of. They're just 2 loyal customers. Small orders, so there's not a lot of weight, not a lot of money. One tips $5, the other one tips $10, man. So not a lot of money, but they are a couple of my regulars. Not all of my clientele are home runs. In the Poplin world, I think I may have lost some customers, or I just haven't seen some customers in a while. I had one in Harker Heights that was pretty regular, but then started becoming a little bit less regular, and then all of a sudden the tips started going down. They used to be $10, $15 tips. The last one was $5, so I don't know if they just weren't happy with the service, or I don't know. Anything I come up with is what I'm coming up with on my own. But I haven't seen them in a while. There was another one that was in Killeen. She was a regular, and I haven't seen her in a while. So, and there was another one that was in town. I haven't seen mean, I can come up with things. I mean, I imagine some people are recovering from Christmas. Money was spent. I don't think I was given substandard service. I mean, I was stayed within the guidelines. Got their stuff, washed, dry, and folded. Folded up nice, delivered punctually. Got them their orders back. Or they put in orders one day, get them back the next. So I don't know. Maybe it's a slow season. Maybe they're recovering. Like I said, this is just things I'm coming up with. Nothing I know for sure. But Pop is just another source of income. My at-home laundry service. But ups and downs. I mean, if I'm not picking up and dropping off laundry, then I am out here grinding with the food delivery apps, doing shopping, things like that. So there's always ways to make money. Always is. Just ups and downs. Sometimes you got grind a little harder. You gotta adapt. Some days I like to use the phrase all the time. Sometimes you're eating steak. Sometimes you're eating ramen noodles. So you adapt to the situation. But yeah, that's kind of what I got. Got a little bit of a drive back, so I'll just jaw jack with y'all for a little bit. Right now, I'm about to get on Loop 121, cut through Belton, so I head to the house. I'm curious, what is everybody else doing with their time? I mean, I let the world know that I'm out here grinding, doing DoorDash, Uber Eats. Haven't done a shipped order in a while. My laundry, doing laundry as well. Poplin Laundry app. I'm curious to the few people that are watching. What are you doing? Are you doing a W-2 job? Are you in an office? Are you out there doing construction? I mean, are you a licensed professional? Are you a small or big-time business owner or manager? I mean, what is it that you do with your time? How do you make income? And I mean, you can share your life experiences on here as well. Just kind of curious, because sometimes doing gig work, I feel like you connect with a lot of different people, but they're like short connections. You see the same people working at Starbucks or I don't know, McDonald's or the different restaurants and even the different businesses, but they're very quick connections. You see them, you can see them all the time, but I can't sit there and have long drawn out conversations with them. So in a way you connect, in a way you kind of get disconnected from people because you don't get to have longer interactions to build relationships. And being out for long periods of time, you get kind of disconnected on how people think, at least for myself. I get to see a lot of different situations, how people interact with one another, see how people work under stress, whether it's like the person behind the counter trying to deal with a lot of orders, or the person in front of the counter waiting for their food and they're on their lunch apps itself, I mean, they calculate the time based on the GPS. They know the speed limits. I believe they even have a way to tell what type of traffic's out there during what time of day on the average. These algorithms are pretty smart. Don't think for one moment that you're outsmarting these algorithms, man. These companies are spending hundreds of millions of dollars to make their apps as efficient as possible. I mean, this job, a lot of it's logistics, man. Budgeting your time, getting people to go, calculating distances and times for drivers to complete their orders. I mean, I know they even check. They're smart enough to even know what type of driver I am, like how aggressive a driver I am, how much time, how often I brake, how often I slow down. I mean, these algorithms are smart. Don't think that they're not for 1 minute. Just because there's not somebody in the back seat looking at you, don't think for 1 minute that these apps are not recording and they're crunching data to find out what orders are great for whatever individual driver it is. If you do get into Gigwork, just remember that it is a business. You're in relationships with these restaurants. You're in relationships with these apps. Just like any other business. I mean, as a driver, you're trying to make what you can make and, do what's best for you. And these businesses are trying to do what's best for them, and making you rich is not in their best interest. Their best interest is to take care of their business, just like it's in my business to take care of mine. It's kind of a give and take. And just like a W-2 job, just remember that these apps, there are millions of people that are looking for ways to make money, and you're replaceable. I mean, if any app deactivated me, I mean, they're not going to really care about my feelings or my financial situation. So, you kind of have to treat it that way. I mean, don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean, I better take all the bad orders, or I gotta log on all the time, or if I don't log in all the time, they're gonna get mad. It's not personal, it's not emotional or anything like that. I mean, it's just straight up data and business. How are they gonna make money off you, and how are you gonna make money off them? With that being said, I also believe that, just like a lot of other content creators out there, that you have to have more than one avenue of income. Just because DoorDash is slow doesn't mean Uber's not popping off, or Ship's not popping off, or if you have Instacart's not popping off, or Walmart Spark. There's an app probably out there that's hot. I mean, I have Roadie. I haven't used Roadie in forever, but I mean, there's always people out there that need their medication delivered from CVS or Walgreens. Walmart does not use just Walmart Spark. I mean, they use, I know they use Uber Eats. I'm sure they use other apps as well. I know they use Roadie. I've seen them on Roadie. Offers aren't great, but they do, even as for their business, they're not using just one app to service their customers. So with that said, for you, the individual like myself, to make money, I don't want to restrict myself for just one or two apps either. I want to make sure I have options out there for in case, they lay the axe on me, or they're just sending me bad orders, or whatever the situation may be, whether it's slow or busy. It's nice to know that there are more ways to make money than just relying on one or two sources. So that's my input about multi-apping, having different niches, different ways to make money. And by the way, I mean, you can have a W-2 job and use apps. That's actually, my understanding, that's like 90% of DoorDash is people that, they work normal everyday jobs. I mean, even in their commercials, they work everyday jobs. They might have an hour or two to burn. They just want to make money instead of watching, Squid Games on Netflix or something, or they have something that they want to save up for, or maybe they just want to have just liquid money, extra money, whether it's to buy coffee or buy Christmas present for that birthday party at the end of the week. I could probably think of 1,000 different scenarios if you gave me enough time. So, I mean, there's opportunities out there, is what I'm saying. Opportunities in the gig economy, whether you do it full-time, part-time, you do just a quick gig to make a quick, whatever it is, $20. I mean, if I worked at W-2, it was great. I mean, it'd be nice to have money just, for my morning coffee or stop at a morning breakfast place. I mean, even if you're making, 10 grand a week. Pretty much whatever you do with your time, however makes you, whatever works for you. Myself, I do gig work. My family gets taken care of, just like anybody else. We have our ups and downs financially or in the household, things like that. But we seem to make it happen. I'm pretty happy that my family is in a pretty decent neighborhood. Kids are outside playing, having a good time. We're in a cul-de-sac, so you don't have to worry about cars running in and out, safety of our children, and I like that we live close to, we have some modern conveniences, we have like Walmart, we have 2 Walmarts, nearby, we have H-E-B and Belton's nearby. I mean, we have multiple restaurants, fast food places, convenience stores, gas stations, all within walking distance, really. If push came to shove, we had to walk, we can make that happen. So, and, lights stay on, water stays on, utilities are paid. The things we complain about are really small in comparison to how things could be. So, we're fortunate that way. And that's my reason for working, and reasons I live the way I live. I think it's good that I can make sure my daughter can make her appointments, my wife can make her appointments. Can I make it to every baseball game? No, but I can make it to our practices. I make it to games when I can, but the rest of the family can. We're not telling coaches, oh, both of us are working, we can't make it out. She can't make it to practices, or anything like that. There's a way. I'm not asking for permission with my time. But that said, I have to be disciplined with my time because I have enough freedom to hang myself. Whether I want to be lazy or I wanted to. I'm not having someone else telling me how my time is important. I dictate that. I definitely believe that. I'm not pulling out, I'm not filling out forms to take time off, hoping that it gets accepted so I can take a day off and then, oh, by the way, we have to pull your vacation. That's not a part of my life. That's not how I live. And that is by my choice. And everything comes with a price. Everything comes with a price. It's doing gig work. If you look at it as a business, you'll be all right. You can't blow all your money. Sometimes things are gonna be great. Sometimes things suck. You gotta realize sometimes you gotta take. Of course, you gotta look down the road in the future, but you gotta kind of sometimes take things one day at a time. Like some days, I said before, some days you eat ramen, some days you eat steak. In the long haul, you should be eating. Be able to get stuff done, get stuff fixed. But I'm gonna cut this short. I'm coming close to the house. It's time to clean up. Get these ladies where they need to go. Get out there, make some money. So I'm gonna let y'all go on that note. I hope everybody's doing well out there. Hope my family, if family members ever come watch this or anybody else comes to watch this, hope everything's going good in your life. If you're going through some rough patches, we all do. Keep your head up. You can get through it. Find a way. Do the best you can with what you got. If you need help, go to the ones that will be there for you. So I will let you all go. Y'all take care. Bye.